Coming up on this edition of Outlook TV, Angus takes us to the Coronation Ball.
Chris Aikenhead takes us to Vancouver Fashion Week.
Skylar takes us to the Odyssey. And much, much more. Hello and welcome to Outlook TV. I'm Rebecca Wyman.
And I'm Robert Mackay, and we're the Queer Magazine news show that brings you the stories that matter the most from coast to coast.
And we're going to kick it off here in Vancouver with the regal event of Coronation Ball.
Ooh, so don your crown, people, and grab your scepters, because we're going to go to Angus to cover this story.
We're here at the Coronation Ball, one of the most glamorous nights of the year in Vancouver. Outlook TV is going to go inside and check out all the action.
Let's hear for these recipient honorees of the Court of Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. Congratulations.
Oh, it's an amazing, amazing night so far. Everybody has come around from all over the continent to come celebrate with us on our 45th anniversary this year. The biggest highlight that I have, mainly from the year, is bringing the youth back into the court system, getting their interest back into it.
The most beautiful and lasting part of our international court system is the friends you make for life. I say to you, there are no strangers in our court system, only friends you haven't yet met. The Imperial Court of Vancouver, which is a part of the international court system of the United States, Canada, and Mexico. One of the oldest organizations in the entire world, founded in 1965 by World War II veteran, and the first openly gay candidate to run for public office in North America, Jose Julio Sierra. I think the best way to describe the courts are, they're like the gay and lesbian Shriners or Elks or Masons of the world. I'm the Queen Mother, which is the titular head of state. So I reign over the United States, Canada, Mexico, and the chapters wise. We're based on a monarchy. So Jose, our founder, 20 years ago, before she passed, she proclaimed me her heir apparent and her successor.
Going down that back street, listening to Black Street, running around the whole town. Neighbors yelling at me like you need to slow down, going 38.
We had the award ceremony last night here, the Jose Honors, which is done every 2 years in a different city, and we had the honor to do it last night. All of them are still pretty much here, and we have people from New York, San Diego, San Francisco, everybody from across the U.S. and Canada.
You have a special honor. Can you explain that to us?
I can, actually. I'm the first Canadian ever elected president of the International Court Council in the 4 decades that the international court system has been in play. Like any president of a board of directors, we have 44 council members, and we represent the courts of the international court system across Canada, the United States, and Mexico.
I am the candidate for Empress 45.
Fantastic. Well, congratulations, and we will look forward to you winning later tonight.
See what happens. Thank you.
For Outlook TV, this is Angus Prott at Coronation 45 in Vancouver.
I am not a stellar example of this, but the queers really do love their fashion.
It's true, and I'm a stellar example of looking fabulous. So we're going to talk glitz and glamour and fashion at the Vancouver Fashion Week.
Welcome to Vancouver Fashion Week, where we are just moments away from the city's best designers to debut their most sought-after garments on this here runway. Not a moment to lose. Let's catch up with all the magic, shall we?
We've got plenty of new designers coming out tonight. It's going to be absolutely amazing. We love all the funky stuff. Our MC is actually a drag queen, which is absolutely amazing. It's our favorite, and she really does the show, so we're very welcoming for that.
It's the second largest fashion week in North America, second to New York. New York, we're going to catch up, though. And it's such an amazing event. We get designers from all over the globe. We're the only fashion week that has a drag superstar host. So if that doesn't talk about the LGBT community, I don't know what does. What I love is the fact that we get designers from all over the globe here in Vancouver, where Vancouver wasn't typically known as a fashion capital, but it's becoming so, especially seeing the young and up-and-coming designers that are here, plus the local designers that are here that are showing equal to, if not better than, some of the global designers that we have here as well.
wonderful to see different designers and different ideas and different people from all across the globe, and the things that they're bringing to the table and the ideas and inspirations that they have is fabulous.
Honestly, I think for me, I'm completely self-taught designer, so I break a lot of rules without knowing that they're rules, because I just do what's me and what feels true to me. This whole collection was very much inspired by like 1940s glamorous elegance. I kind of wanted to do, you know, that woman who always had the mink coat going to Sunday church. I wanted that woman, but today, so kind of fancy everyday wear. But I mean, it's me, so everything I do is very whimsical and has kind of a little bit of spunk. And so that's where we got pom-poms. And it's fall and it's winter, so it's cold. And what do you want but sweaters and knits and pom-poms?
This line is so much fun. It's great to be able to let loose and smile on the runway and just have a good time.
So if all that doesn't want to make you put on a big old pair of heels and make a homemade runway in your boudoir, I don't know what will. For Outlook TV, reporting live at Vancouver Fashion Week, I'm Christopher Aikenhead.
We're going to have to take a little break now.
That's right, I'm eyeing a plate of donuts off camera right now.
Do what you got to do, man.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome back. You're watching Outlook TV.
And we have the lovely, the tall, the handsome James and Zane who will be joining us.
I was like, James isn't tall.
You're the tall one.
You're both fairly tall.
So what is the search for Vancouver's next vocal superstar?
It's a singing competition.
Yes, it is.
People are going to come, they're going to sing, they're going to try. Each week we're going to vote someone out.
I love how you emphasize that part. What it really is, it's based on the success that James has had at celebrities with so many letters. What is the next drag superstar? I'm missing a letter. What was it?
Search for Vancouver's next drag superstar.
I know, all of these what is it? Anachronisms? What is it when you have the
VNDS?
VNDS. I didn't acronym. Acronym. Is that what it is? I don't even know what an acronym is. I get all mixed up in it. But it was so popular, the drag queen show, that he was like, let's do a vocal competition. And back in the day, when there was a bar on Davie Street called Oasis, and he was my manager and I was a waiter there, and there was a show called American Idol. And it just come on TV, and people were like, what is this? It was like on Fox on the summer show, and I was like, James wanted to do a karaoke contest. I was like, why don't we do a show like that? And that's where West End Idol was born. And we did it, and it was crazy, and the community came out, and we made these fun videos, and everyone just wanted to see people sing, and yes, they wanted to see people get voted out. So James came to me, and he's like, why don't we do this again? And I was like, well, let's do it bigger. So now it's going to be across 2 different bars.
Yep, we're going to do the auditions at Numbers Cabaret. They have the wonderful fun box upstairs so the contestants can all practice. And then the final shows will happen at Celebrities Nightclub on the big stage.
Awesome, and when are these auditions?
The auditions start the 21st and 28th of April, and then the shows start the Thursdays in May, 5th, 12th, and 19th.
And people can still apply to audition, is that correct?
Yes.
What kind of people have turned out so far?
I can't tell you that.
Well, we don't know. Are we going to see some real talent?
I think so, yes.
Yeah.
Now, can professional singers join? I asked, as if I am.
No, gosh, no. After doing Drag Superstar for 6 years, I can sort of estimate by the amount of people that register how the show is going to go. So far, we're a week away from the first auditions, and we've already surpassed how many people have asked for registrations. So there's going to be a lot of people coming. When we come down to the time for the preliminary round at Celebrities Nightclub the first night, I only want 15 contestants. So somehow in 2 days we have to filter through all these applications.
So what can we expect of the big finale? What's going to happen there?
Cheers, dancing,
drama,
and nudity. Partial nudity. Well, it's a nightclub. Can you do that? Can you do that?
And a lot of people by the sounds of it, so balls to the wall kind of full.
Nudity.
Yeah.
You're going to get the top 8 contestants, the creme de la crop, the best ones. We're going to see them all compete, sing, and then we just vote for one. Grand prize is $1,000 cash, plus 2 VIP passes for the weekend at Faded in the Park.
Thanks so much for being here and giving us all of that information. It sounds like it's going to be a great time. And up next, Gary's going to take us to Granville Island for Web Fest.
And any big fans of Capitol Hill will be excited to know that they were there in style.
With the increasing popularity of the internet and the Web Festival series, we're here at Granville Island for the Web Festival.
My mom was a big part of my coming out process because, like, I would tell people. The more people that knew that I was gay, the more families would come to visit my mom at the shop, and so they could talk about their potential kid that was gay. So mom was like the gay counselor for the entire town.
Vancouver Web Fest is a festival that focuses on web series from around the world, and what we do is we have the screenings, we have panels, we have workshops, we have an awards gala. We have keynote speakers from around the world. This year we had 22 countries submit.
I first realized I was gay, that I think the most terrifying moment was thinking that there were, potentially only 2 gay people in the world, which was me and Jen. And I honestly felt so alone and terrified.
So with the LGBT, we actually, again, I know other festivals actually have a category for that, but what we felt was it was really important that they just submit as a comedy, as a drama, as, whatever their actual genre was, and make them inclusive into the festival. Falcons have been with us since the first year, our inaugural year in 2014. Their Falcons were in a show that was at the Web Fest, and like I said, we've incorporated them into our festival. They're almost like our mascot now.
But for me, I have a rule in that if I'm going to watch something, I have to watch at least 10 minutes.
Currently, we have our first series, Best of the Web, which hosts the web series. We have about 8 of them that are up and have gone through the first season. And our second season will start probably in the late spring, early summer, and then I'll acquire new content for that. So currently, we have about 8 titles that we're working with, and then we'll go from there. We're looking for LGBT content for web series, 30-minute for network, and feature film length LGBT, and anything that has potential that would appeal to that audience.
Capitol Hill is a parody of 1970s and 80s American soap operas like Dynasty and Dallas. It stars a lot of drag queens and burlesque performers. First season, we basically used found spaces and staged them the way we wanted. And the second season, we had a little bit of some of the scenes had the sound stage that we created and built sets from scratch. So we built like a city alley and a very large luxury apartment.
From Vancouver Web Fest, this is Gary Wolfeater for Outlook TV.
Now it's time for Daily Extra.
We're going to talk to Kevin in Toronto.
Today on Daily Extra, disrobing for Jesus.
Prove to me that you're no fool. Walk across my swimming pool.
And disrobing for Rob Ford.
I'm not going to the funeral, so I don't have to wear it today.
I'm Kevin O'Keefe. Here's some trending stories from our Toronto newsroom. First up, Dr. David Knox made headlines recently when he discovered a strain of HIV that was resistant to the drug Truvada.
What happens in a clinical trial is often different from what happens in the real-world setting. So we were surprised, however, when we did find that this patient had taken his medication every single day and did become HIV infected.
Knox also cautioned that this one rare case does not negate that Truvada is still one of the most effective ways to prevent HIV. And Toronto's Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence spent Good Friday, the most solemn day in the Christian calendar, having a Kinky Jesus contest.
So you wanna be Christ? Yes, the next kinky Christ. Feed my house with a loaf of bread. Or you could just give me head.
The Kinky Jesus contest was inspired by the Hunky Jesus contest the San Francisco sisters hold every Easter Sunday. And finally, Toronto said goodbye to former Mayor Rob Ford recently. Described by many as the enemy of the gay community, Kevin McDonald, a member of the Toronto Sisters, explains why he didn't go to the funeral.
Well, a funeral is a time to show respect, and this is a person who never earned my respect. And we weren't welcome to his life. We're not welcome to his death either. I'm sure if the sisters showed up, they would be told to leave immediately.
For more on these stories and other lesbian and gay news, check out dailyextra.com, our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram feed, and our YouTube channel, Extra Online. For Daily Extra, I'm Kevin O'Keefe.
It's time for us to take another little break now.
I couldn't stop at just one. There's a Boston cream with my name on it.
More donuts?
Mmm.
welcome back. You're watching Outlook TV.
And we got the first of a 5-part series with Talk to Him.
JP is going to talk about syphilis.
The Health Initiative for Men, or HIM, is based in downtown Vancouver. They provide health services for men ranging from emotional, mental and physical. Today we're talking to HIM about syphilis.
Syphilis is one of the STIs that people probably think of when they hear the word sexually transmitted infection. Syphilis probably pops into their head. It's one of the longest known STIs. It's one of the ones that we hear most about in popular culture. And it's definitely one of the ones that we hear about being most strongly associated with sexual activity. At first, syphilis is largely asymptomatic, but typically within a few weeks to a few months after contracting it, you're going to get a painless open canker, and that could be anywhere that you have had sexual contact. Syphilis is easily treated if it's caught early. It's just 2 shots of penicillin, 1 in each buttock. And if you catch it early and get to treatment early, then you will likely not have any long-term reoccurring complications from syphilis. That said, if you do not catch syphilis early, it can still be treated, but any of the damage that might have been done cannot necessarily be done or treated. Syphilis can cause problems with hearing, syphilis can cause problems with vision, syphilis can cause neurological problems, and can cause cardiovascular problems as well. Ultimately, if not treated, syphilis can even lead to death. One of the primary transmission routes would be that person has an open canker and somebody touches it either genitally or other and has been exposed to the bacteria that route. The problem with syphilis is even if an individual does have an active or an open canker, it might be in a part of their body that they are not able to see it or observe it. And again, because the canker could be painless, they aren't going to know if somebody has touched it that it's there. So if you had a syphilis canker in your mouth, or if you had a syphilis canker in your anus or vagina, you wouldn't know it, and you would be potentially highly transmissible to another individual, and they might not know it either, which is why we would always encourage individuals to utilize condoms whenever possible as a primary prevention route for syphilis. We're going to say that all individuals who are sexually active, especially gay men, and especially in Vancouver, which is in the middle of a pretty significant syphilis outbreak, should be getting tested, even if they're using condoms very, very consistently and correctly, to recognize that condoms are not a replacement for testing for syphilis and other STIs, and to recognize that, again, key to syphilis treatment is catching it really as early as you possibly can, both for your own health and to protect other partners.
For more information on this topic and many more, you can check it all out at the HIM website. I'm John Paul Payne of Vancouver for Outlook TV.
If there's one thing we love, it's Queens, it's the Odyssey, and a handful of drinks.
Oh, I do like all of those things. You know what else I like? Skylar.
Oh, let's hear what he has to say.
We always love when RuPaul's Drag Race comes to Vancouver, and that's exactly what's happening tonight here at the Odyssey. We have 4 very special guests, and they're going to put on an amazing show tonight. There's glam, there's glitz, and just eleganza. Let's check it out. So what's been keeping you busy since Drag Race? Any specific highlights that have happened the last year?
Well, performing-wise, it seems like I'm really working like 2 shows a night or 2 shows a day. But in traveling the world and seeing new people and meeting new people, it's a big blessing to, go through what we go through at this time.
What can we expect from your performance tonight?
I'm going to do whatever comes natural. I'm going to have them press play, and whatever I do, wherever I go, it's just know I'm having a good time. And I'm having a good time because I want you to have a good time. So I hope you enjoy as much as I know I'm going to enjoy being on stage tonight.
You had that wonderful saying, no tea, no shade.
No pink lemonade.
You're golden head to toe. Now, are you about style? Are you pageant? What is Mayhem about?
I think Mayhem is a little bit of everything. I really pride myself on trying to be just gorgeous and glamorous at all times, but I throw in a little edge in there every so often. I like to be a little crazy. thus mayhem. But you know, it's just mayhem's just really well-rounded and just has all of it together. So that's me.
And have you been to Canada before?
This is my first time. I'm so excited. I've never been here, and I always wanted to come. And tonight's gonna be crazy. I'm ready for it.
You know, Drag Race kicked everything off, and then I got to be on Drag U for 3 seasons, which really kind of got to show the world a different side of me. And then just being working with World of Wonder and Logo and being around the world and meeting people. Social media saved my life too, I think. I think people have got to see a lot of me, you know.
Here I am, Jessica Wild, Escándalo.
Jessica, what can we expect from you tonight?
Oh, baby. I'm Jessica Wild for a reason. Wild for a reason. And I'm going to give you a high energy performances. And I know you're gonna dance, you're gonna cry.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna give you drama.
Oh, drama, mama.
Yeah, I'm gonna be. The stage is my passion, you know? So I'm so excited. It's my first time here, so I'm gonna bring the house down.
Oh, I love it.
Unfortunately, that is all the time we have for this episode of Outlook TV, but fear not, we'll be back.
That's right, and remember to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and I will personally give a donut to any volunteer who joins us here at Outlook TV.
You're not going to get that offer from just anybody.
No, no one else.
Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Rebecca Wyman.
And I'm Robert Mackay. Stay fabulous, Canada.
Canada.